539% more hair. For the past few weeks, that number has been everywhere, on social media, in the press, on TV.
As Breezula.
Breezula.
And honestly, when I first saw it, I have to admit, it really caught my attention. I could already picture myself getting back the hair I had when I was 15. Hair so thick that it would break the teeth of my combs. In short, the dream. Yeah, but here's the thing. There's one detail nobody tells you about that number. And I'm warning you, what I'm about to say in this video is probably a little different from what you've read or heard elsewhere. My name's Andreas. I've been helping men with hair loss for over 5 years, and I personally started losing my own hair at age 20, so I know this subject inside and out. So, in this video, we're going to look at what that famous 539% really means. And I'm going to tell you, very transparently, whether that number is enough to justify the hype surrounding Breezula, or if it's just another marketing gimmick. Alright, let's get started. Breezula is a lotion containing 5% clascoterone, a molecule designed to combat baldness thanks to its anti-DHT action. And DHT is public enemy number 1 when it comes to androgenetic alopecia. So to understand why, I'll give you a simple image. Imagine that there's a little button on every hair follicle. Normally, DHT presses this button, triggering the miniaturization of the follicle. The hair becomes thinner, grows back less effectively, and eventually disappears. Breezula acts like a cover over that button. DHT can no longer press it, so the miniaturization stops. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now, there are already effective anti-DHT treatments like finasteride, but finasteride blocks DHT throughout the body, not just on the scalp, and that can cause side effects in some people. I myself take finasteride almost daily, and I freaked out several times wondering if I was developing side effects. And that's exactly where Breezula comes in with an enticing promise. It's said to act only on the scalp, not the rest of the body, which would significantly reduce the risk of side effects. Early results from clinical trials seem to confirm this. Side effects are reportedly virtually non-existent, and the molecule barely enters the bloodstream. So if Breezula proves effective, it would be excellent news for all men who hesitate to seek treatment out of fear of side effects, myself included. But here's the thing, is it actually effective? Because a mechanism that looks promising on paper is all well and good, but what matters is what the actual numbers say. And when you look closely at that famous 539%, it hides something the media doesn't bother to explain to you. The lab developing it, Cosmo, has published the initial results. But be careful, this isn't a complete report. Notably, the total number of hairs that regrew is missing, and we'll see that this is crucial. Here's what we know. 1,465 men participated in the trials in the United States and Europe. Half received Breezula, the other half a placebo. The study lasted 6 months, and at the end, the researchers measured the change in hair count over 1 centimeter squared of the scalp, not across the entire head of hair, 1 centimeter squared. And in one of the 2 studies, Cosmo reports a 539% improvement over the placebo. Honestly, that's impressive, and I get why it's creating a buzz. But here's what that number really means. Imagine that the placebo makes 1 hair grow back, just 1, over 1 centimeter squared. Well, 539% better than that gives you 5 hairs. Not 5 times more hair on your head, 5 extra hairs over 1 centimeter squared of the scalp. That's what that 539% increase amounts to. And let's not forget that the test was conducted on 1 centimeter squared of scalp. Who's to say the result would be the same if the test had been done on the entire head of hair? Maybe there would be areas with a 50% improvement and others with 539%. So this figure is absolutely no indicator of Breezula's potential effectiveness, and the idea that taking the treatment would multiply the number of hairs by 5 shouldn't even cross our minds. And yet, that's exactly the psychological effect such an ad creates. So, now, does Breezula work? Yes, clearly. Does it work better than a placebo? Yes. Can it block DHT? Most likely. Is that good news? Yes, absolutely. But is it truly revolutionary? Impossible to say, because without knowing the exact number of hairs regrown, we can't judge the true extent of this effect. And besides, Cosmo published a second study showing a 168% improvement. This proves that results vary by group, and the 539% figure isn't necessarily representative. So, in terms of tolerability, Breezula seems promising. As for Breezula's efficacy and its potential to outperform current anti-DHT drugs like finasteride, the verdict isn't entirely clear yet. But we'll know more about its efficacy once the lab releases all the data and submits the dossier for approval to drug regulatory agencies. Now, let's imagine it's as effective as finasteride and has no side effects, which would be ideal. When might it become available? Cosmo plans to complete the final phase of the study in the spring of 2026, so in a few months. Great. Does that mean we'll be able to get it this summer? Well, not really, because once the study is finished, all the documentation will have to be submitted to the health authorities. Then several agencies will have to analyze all the data and evaluate safety and efficacy, which can take several months or even more than a year. And if everything is approved, we'll still need to organize large-scale production, distribution, and set prices. In short, based on typical timelines, we're looking at a launch in the US and Europe around 2027-2028 at the earliest. So, what should we do in the meantime? Should we stop everything while we wait for it to come out? No, absolutely not. Every day without treatment is a day when hair loss progresses. So if you want my opinion, you should continue with traditional treatments like minoxidil and finasteride, and do so under your doctor's supervision, of course, while waiting for the new generation of treatments to take over. So we still need to be a little patient, but I really feel like we're not far off. In short, with Breezula, we may be witnessing a real breakthrough in the fight against baldness, an over-the-counter anti-DHT treatment with no side effects, and that would be excellent news for all men who hesitate to start treatments. And if this is confirmed, it would be the first new treatment approved for androgenetic alopecia since the 1990s. That in itself is historic. But as you can see, it's possible to twist the numbers presented in the media to mean anything and everything. The 539% figure is certainly real, but you now know it should be taken with a grain of salt. In my opinion, we should therefore be cautious about these announcements, as they can influence how we make decisions or how we view current treatments. Admittedly, they aren't ideal for the reasons we all know, but they work and can help buy us time while we wait for these new treatments. I'd also like to remind you, Breezula is an anti-DHT. It does not cause hair to regrow in balding areas. If you stop the treatment too early and your hair loss progresses, Breezula will be of no use to you. In any case, count on me to make another video on the subject as soon as the full study data is available. And if you want to be the first to know, subscribe now and turn on notifications. It's important for topics like this. If this video helped you see things more clearly, like it and share it with a friend who follows Breezula news, because they've probably read things very different from what we just went over together. And if while you wait for Breezula, you're looking for a permanent solution to your hair loss, we guide men through the hair treatment process with truly rigorous standards. Our sole priority, a natural, long-term result. If you're particular about quality and want to do things right, schedule a consultation call with one of our hair experts. The link is in the description. We'll assess your situation and offer you a personalized solution. Take care of yourself and your hair. I'll see you very soon for the next video.